So I've been thinking about making this type of video for a pretty long time now, and I'm really not sure if anybody else on this platform has really talked about this. I've seen people mention it or comment about it. I haven't really seen any videos out there of anybody talking in depth or mentioning this. And of course, I also want to get all of your guys' opinion on the matter as well. But the question really is Jake Paul cheating by wearing two different colored gloves, which he has done for multiple fights now, wearing one white and one black glove. And in one fight against Ryan Borland, he wore the one white and one red glove. Well, obviously the commission checks out the gloves and everything and okays everything, so Jake Paul isn't really cheating. However, should this be something that should be illegal in boxing? In my personal opinion, I don't think I would feel comfortable fighting somebody that had two different colored gloves on, and that's simply just because of the fact that when you're boxing, when you're fighting, or when you're really doing any sport for that matter, you're heavily relying on your peripheral vision, especially when it comes to boxing. When it comes to boxing, you're not looking at someone's hands and watching them come in your direction. You're looking at someone's face, or you're looking at someone's chest. That's what I normally do, look at their chest area. And then you use your peripheral vision so that you can see basically their entire body without actually looking at every single one of their body parts. So my thing is, if I'm relying on my peripheral vision, I just feel as though having two different colored gloves on is going to be a bit more distracting, and it's going to have your reflexes hesitate a little more. And when you have these big punches coming in your direction, even a fraction of a second of a hesitation could lead you to waking up looking up at the lights, especially in a sport like boxing when you have very little to no time to think at all and you're heavily relying on your reactions. In my personal opinion, I think it is an unfair advantage that Jake Paul is having over his opponents. But like I said, I don't think Jake Paul is really cheating because the commission has to allow this to happen. They are allowing it, so it's legal. And I'm not sure if Jake Paul is really digging into the science of it all and trying to gain an advantage. I think he's really just doing it as a fashion statement and something different. You know, when I was younger and I was playing all these sports and I was in basketball, my friend and I, if we would have the same pair of like Kobe's and we were the same size, we would switch our shoes. So then I'd be wearing one of his shoes and one of mine, and he'd be wearing one of mine and one of his. So we'd have like that yin yang thing type going on. You know, when you're playing a sport and you're a young kid, you try to do things differently to stand out, and that's just what we would do. So maybe that's what Jake Paul is doing with the gloves. But I don't know. In my opinion, I consider it an unfair advantage, and I'm very, very surprised that any athletic commissioning is allowing it to happen. But I thought this was a pretty interesting topic to debate and talk about and see where all of you guys might stand on the matter. But that's all I got for y'all today. Feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, I thank you all so much for the support, and I'll catch you in the next video.